Hello students, I am Dr. Sanjeev Ponia. In last lecture of computer graphics, we were discussing about the line clipping. In line clipping, we discussed that how we can assign the region codes to the endpoints of a line. As I told you that to assign the endpoint is the most important. So over here, we will see that how we can find out for the clipping that we have to perform the clip for this line or not. And I told you that for this we have to use Cohen-Sutherland line clipping algo, as this algo is widely used and very simple. This algo works in two phases. In phase 1, we have to identify that the line is visible, that is, both endpoints lie inside the window, or invisible, that is, line is completely outside from the window, or it can be clipped candidate. It means that if the line is not visible or invisible, in that case we have to clip the line. So our first phase is to identify that what we have to do with the line, that is we have to keep the line as it is or we have to clip the line. And in phase 2, if we have to perform the clipping, means if that is a clipping candidate, in that case we will see that how we can perform the clipping. This we will complete in phase 2. So let's try to understand the phase 1, in which we will see that how or what is the condition for visible and invisible of the line. So as I told you that in first we have to identify. So there are two ways to find out that the line is visible or not. First, as I told you that we have to mark the endpoints with respect to window region. When every endpoint is labeled with the appropriate region code, then to find that the line is visible or not, if both the end coordinates of a line is 0, 0, 0, or we can say if it is not above the window, not below the window, and not in the left and right region in the window. It means it is within the window where the coordinates of x coordinate is lies between wx min and wx max, whereas y coordinate belongs between wy min and wy max. From this diagram, you can see for a line P5 and P6. Over here, the region coordinates of P5 is 0, 0, 0, 0, and region coordinate of point P6, that is other end of the line, is also 0, 0, 0, and 0. It means this line is completely visible. There is no need to clip this line. So this was the first case in which we have to decide that the line is visible or not. So line is visible when both the endpoints of a line has region code 0000. Second case is invisible line. In case of invisible line, there can be two types of invisible line. First one is partially and second one is completely invisible line. When a line is completely invisible, in that case there is no need of the clipping, and a process is to find out that it is invisible or not. We have to take the end coordinate points of both. After that, we have to perform the AND operation between the region coordinates. When we will perform the AND operation between the region coordinate and the result is non-zero, in that case, that is completely non-visible. Over here, we can see from this example that a line P3 and P4 whose region codes for P4 is 1000, so P4 is 100 and 0, and region code is 000 for the other end of the same line. So when we are performing the AND operation of these two, then this is 1 and 0 is 0, 1 0 and 0 is again 0. So this is 0 and 0 is again 0, and 1 and 0 is again 0. So when we are performing a AND operation and the value is non-zero, in that case the line is completely outside from the window. We can see from line number P11 and P12, when the coordinates of line P11 and P12 are, or the region coordinate of P11 and P12 is 1010, and the region coordinate of this line for other end is 0010, and we are performing the AND operation between these two endpoints. Then this is 0 with 0 is 0, the AND of 1 with 1 is 1, and rest both are 0. So in this case also we can see that the AND of both the endpoints is not 0. In this case, the line is completely invisible. It means there is no need to click the line. The example that we see earlier, that is 100 and 0001, in that case this line is not over here. This line is like this. We will discuss this line in the next case when we have to click the line, because you can see from here that when we are ending these 2 points, when we are ending these 2 points P3 and P4, in that case and of these two, no, this is in the left, yes, and of these two are not 0, it means it is partially visible or invisible. Here we can see another line also, that is P13 and P14. The region code of P13 is 0101. So this is 0101, and region code of this line for other endpoint, that is P14, are 0110. And when we are performing the AND operation between these two numbers, then 1 and 0 is 0, 0 and 1 is 0, 1 and 1 is 1, and rest, that is last bit, is also 0. So here we are not getting a 0, or we can say that the result is non-zero. So it also represents that the line is completely invisible. It means there is no need to perform any action on this line. So this was about the second case, that is invisibility of the line. When these two cases are not in the consideration, means when any lines do not follow these two, then in that case we have to come on the third option. That is, first we will see, is the end point of both are 0. If they are not 0, then we will check that is the end of both the endpoints are non-zero or not. If they are non-zero, in that case, there is no need of the clipping. So when they are 0, you can see from the last example also, I will explain you in the next slide about that, because we have to take example of third one also. So when this is not visible or this is not invisible, then we have to consider the third option, and the third option is clipping candidate. We saw over here that in first phase we have to find out the option about the visibility, invisibility, and clipping candidate. So when this is not visible or invisible, means we have to come on third option, that is clipping candidate. To check that it is a clipping candidate or not, in that case we have to AND the both coordinates, and if the value of AND operation of both the coordinates is 0, in that case we have to perform the clipping on the line. For an example, we are taking a line P9 and P10. The region code of P9 is 0, 0, 0, and 0, whereas the region code of other end of this line, that is P10, is 0, 1, 0, 0, and when we are performing a AND operation between these two, then this is 0, 0, 0, means the value of AND is 0. It means this is partially inside and partially outside. So you can see from the diagram also, this green line represents that this is partially inside and partially